Hi there, welcome back to Silver Lining Art. My name is Anish, and as promised in the last video, I have made another field sketch and a painting using the field sketch as a reference. Now, if you have not seen the last video, I do recommend you check it out before you watch this one because I think I reference it quite a bit in this video. But I think there's so much to learn using the process of making a field sketch and using it as a reference later on. You learn about your observation, you learn about your painting techniques, and most importantly, you learn to see beauty through your own perspective.
I was always told that art is about expressing. However, for me, I think most of my art is actually about evaluating how well I am expressing. And let me tell you a small story about this painting you're watching. Last month, I had this beautiful experience where I went out in the cold, made a painting, and then recreated that painting in my room a little while later. And I was really glad how I was able to use just my imagination and a shitty sketch to make this beautiful piece of artwork, which I really thought reflected what I wanted to express. So naturally, I went back outside. This time it was a beautiful sunny day. I was actually wearing t-shirt outside for the first time. The sky was beautiful and blue, and I wanted to capture that. I sat next to this wonderful bridge in Zurich. The bridge had a pillar with a lion statue on top, and I was enamored by that. I was across on the other side of the bridge, and so I decided to paint that lion and the bridge itself. However, as I painted, I noticed that the sky that I was painting in the original painting wasn't that good because I was including a lot of texture. So I knew that I had to go back home and redo the painting in a more relaxed environment when I could take my time. And that is what I did. I brought this painting, which I thought was pretty good, and tried to recreate it and to improve it in places where I thought it did not work. But to my surprise, I painted this last week and I did not have I really didn't feel like making a video out of this just because I was not that happy with this painting. And there are many reasons why I'm not happy with it. And I think it has been hard for me to pinpoint because I know why it should be better, right? I have had more time to look at the composition. I've had more time to think my colors. I've had more time to select my values and liven up the shadows. I've had time to look at those street lamps and make sure I drew them perfectly. It took my time with it. However, I think what I lost and what is so obvious to me now after a week of avoiding to make this video is that I think this painting lacks a strong focal point. So here's the thing, when I looked at that lion by the river, I first started drawing that. I drew a basic sketch of the lion and I started painting, because when you're painting outside, you are against the clock. The sun is moving. You only have maybe 1 good hour where the light stays more or less the same, but after an hour the light is completely different and the scene looks completely different, and it is really hard to capture that change. So you have to paint fast, and in that haste, I think the process that I ended up following is I painted inside out. I paint the middle part first, the lion, and then paint stuff around it, making sure the lion has the most detail, and that is what's more important. And I think in this case I was able to give a lot of detail to the bridge, a lot more depth, a lot more features, and trying to bring the whole piece together. However, I think I lost something very important in the process. I lost why I started the process to begin with, my central focal point. It is so important to really preserve this essence, and being a harsh critique of my own work really allows me to improve on this and make sure that I can make my visions come to life, making sure that I am expressing myself